Good morning. We had a lovely rain last night and this morning. So we're gonna do a really quick garden tour. There's some hibiscus that I recently just got. And this is our limequat tree. It's doing fantastic. It's getting big. These pots are all my pole green beans right here. Start down here. Look, we've got our carrots here. And like I've said before, I plant just small amounts of carrots, but each one you're able to harvest sooner than the other. Like these right here are mini core carrots, and they're about 50 days. My son and I have been coming out here and just pulling them up and eating them. Let me show you one. They're called mini core, and they're so cute. Let's see, let's get a good one. All right, right here. I'm gonna pull out this little bitty carrot. Look, and it is so tasty. It's probably maybe 3 inches long. A mini core carrot. We'll lay this right here and I'll come back for it. I just wanted to show you what they look like. Here's some broccolis. I actually came out yesterday and cut the heads off of them because it was 105 degrees here yesterday in central Missouri, and I did not want them to bolt. This is our oregano, sage. Right back here, this is an acorn squash. And then right here I have, these are the Boston pickling cucumbers. There's one right there. And they're growing really, really well. I usually vine them up this trellis. Get you there, little darling. And we've got more here. These are the slicers, which I don't have any left on there because I took them all yesterday and pickled them. I have a really delicious brine that's my favorite, and I pretty much pickle a lot of my vegetables. This is another acorn squash. There's some small ones right there. But then I have, oh, there's one back there too. See it? But then it goes all the way up this trail. Oh, look, I got another one right there. I like acorn squash. And look, and then we got this lovely one that's just hanging right from the middle. Isn't that pretty? It's nice and lovely. Sunflowers, hibiscus, butterfly bush. This is a cabbage, zucchini, cabbage, zucchini. We actually have a little zucchini on here. My sister-in-law, Jennifer, actually started these zucchinis from seed and gave them to me because she had some extras. This, again, this section is Buell corn. And then this little section right here is my mini blue corn and glass gem. So this corn will get 2 stalks per, or 2 ears per stalk. And look, it's starting to get the tails on them. And I planted some pumpkins in here too the other day. I don't know if you'll be able to, there's a pumpkin right there. And they'll grow underneath all my corn. It works out really well. There's the glass gem corn and the popping corn. This is borage. It really needs to be cut back. And if you can see here, this is a pear tree, but right there it starts and it goes up the trellis. And this will get huge as the summer goes on. This plant right here, and it's on both sides of the trellis in the front. That is called a loofah. Let me see. And it's just like a loofah you find at the store. and I dry them and use them. Like there's some blooms right there, see? But they are very easy to grow. It does take them a little bit to get started, but they are pretty much squash bug resistant. These vines will grow all the way up over this, attach itself to this other one, and it will actually end up growing across all the plants in my garden all the way to those zinnias down there. And then this one usually grows up, attaches to these sunflowers, and then grows all the way down the fence. Now these right here, this is Zucchetta, Tromboncino Zucchetta. They are not resistant to squash bugs. So I come out here every day, multiple times a day, and check them. Look how beautiful those leaves are. I planted some more sunflowers the other day. And this, I don't know if you know about this, but this right here is cilantro. And it has flowered, and if you look, do you see these little balls? If you let those dry out and pick them, it's coriander. And you can season beef and chicken and all different kinds of things with them. Here's my tomatoes. We've got some good ones. This right here, there's one. There's another one back here. I've got Pantano Romanescos, Country Taste tomatoes, Vintage Wine, Dr. White Cheese. My new tomatoes I'm growing this year are these, and they're called Mountain Princess. They seem okay. The plant just seems a little puny, but I mean, they're growing well. But they almost look like they're really small. They were supposed to be a decent sized tomato, so we'll see. Look, I have a really good cluster going here. Yeah, and that again, that's a Mountain Princess tomato. Mountain Princess. This one here in the back. This one's a Country Taste. It's actually my favorite tomato that I grow. Here's that random rogue onion. We've got our comfrey, rosemary, asters. This lovely basil. And this right here, I don't know if you can see it very well. So these little purple peppers, this is called a Chinese pepper plant. You can make hot sauce out of it or various things. But these first peppers are purple, but as it gets more and more peppers, they'll be red and orange and all kinds of colors on here. It's a beautiful ornamental pepper if you like to grow it just for the fall. That's kind of why I grow them, because I do like them. It's my golden sage. I've made a few videos about this, or a few shorts. Look how nice it is. It's getting big. This little random light here is a blue light, and it shines up on this lovely white magnolia. Now, there was a giant squash here that was a volunteer, and it just started taking everything over, and the fruit that was on it wasn't getting pollinated well, and I just trashed it. And I actually got this bush at a place called Westlake's Hardware, and I only paid $5 for it. It was $40, and I got it on sale for $5 because it looked so ragged. But I feel like I've done a really good job with it. It's coming back. Maybe that's a little rough. But look here. I mean, we're going to have some blooms. Oh, looky there. Look at those asters. Those yellow centers. And there's all my comfrey. Look at those little flowers. This is my dill, basil, citronella lemon balm, rosemary, thyme. All right, let's keep going. Now this are all my zinnias. And I actually grew all of these zinnias with 2 packets of flower seeds from the dollar store. All these zinnias cost me $1. And the only reason why I bought zinnia seeds this year, honestly, is because I gave away all of my saved seeds this year. Everything. I've been saving seeds for almost a decade. And I had so many people want to garden this year that I ended up giving them all away. And you know what? I'll just start my seed saving over. I'm so happy with all of my friends and people I've met this year that are growing gardens. It's amazing. Got okra, it's doing well. Another tomato here. This is called a Warakawi tomato. They cat face a lot. They get weird spots in them. It's kind of a difficult tomato to grow, but man, it tastes good. These are my potatoes. These are still going. These are dying off. I'm hoping to dig some of them soon. And if you remember, I've already dug these 2. And these are starting to go. So we should have potatoes again soon. This is a yellow squash. I've gotten a few off of that. Here's another acorn squash. Like I said, I love acorn squash. And I usually grow them on the ground, but this year I've decided to grow them up these poles to maybe help with the squash bugs. I don't think it's helped. I've still picked thousands, literally thousands off of them. Zucchini. There's another Warakawi tomato right there. We got cabbages, or cage cabbages. And they have some bug damage on them, but I diligently have come out here and picked them off over and over and over and kept them moist. And I mean, this thing has got a head on it. I mean, it's a hard head. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm going to try to keep them going. Here's my 2 broccolis. I've cut the heads off these and ate them. And they just keep growing these other little tiny shoots. Do you see those? All over the plant. And now I've grown broccoli several years in a row. And it never really comes to fruition because it gets so hot here and I don't start them soon enough. So I was really on top of it this year. And I got my broccoli, which is here. And then all the way down there, I have a few more. But I think that they have acclimated to the heat a little bit and they're not bolting like I thought they would. They're just getting other little heads of broccoli. So I've been pulling them off and eating them and pickling them and just enjoying them. These are my turnips and my wasabi radish. The wasabi radish is blooming. See these little flowers here? I have learned I don't like wasabi radish. We've tried a few ways. Maybe I'm not growing them right. It's just slightly bitter. Maybe it's the heat. I don't know. So I'll probably try again to decide if I don't like them, but I think I just like regular radishes. Here's my turnips. I've harvested several of these. I cook them with green beans, right in the pan, boiling them with onion and garlic. A couple of days ago, I pickled them in my special brine that I make. It is so good. Let me know if you want the recipe. I put everything in it. And my son ate a whole jar of pickled turnips yesterday. Okay. These were supposed to be bush green beans that I planted as insurance because I couldn't get that row to go very well. And, well, now I got a lot of green beans. But these are not bush green beans. If you can tell, they immediately started to vine up. So I didn't really have anything, so I took some tomato stakes and just made this little thing here, and it's working well. I haven't gotten any green beans off of it, but we're close. Here's my 6 little peppers I keep in the garden. I keep all my other peppers in these green stalk towers over here. This is a shishito pepper. Look at this baby. I don't know. Look at all the peppers. I mean, there's probably 50 or 60 tiny little pepper heads on here, and I've already harvested probably 20 off of it. Here's our pot of pinos. Oh, ooh, there's some in there. And this is a volunteer marigold. I get a lot of them in my garden because I spread the seeds. And I do leave them, but if they start to overtake like this one is, I'll let it go for a bit. I'll just rip it out, feed it to my rabbits. There's another one. Man, I love marigolds. When I was a little girl, my grandfather had giant gardens in his yard, and he planted nothing but mint and marigolds everywhere. Oh, I can still smell the smell in my dreams. So this is banana peppers. This are these mini peppers. Every year I grow them, and I say I'm not going to because they're a pain in the butt to store because they're so small. But here I am. But they taste so good, and they're so cute. I mean, if it's cute, I'll grow it. I'll figure out a way to use it. Oh, and there's some jalapenos. These are my onions here. They're looking sad. They got some heat. I've pulled some. So over here, these are my 2 eggplants. They're really starting to pick up now. These get so big, I have to stake them like they're tomatoes. And we got one right here popping up. So this right here, this will end up being an eggplant. Look at that flower. I mean, who knew an eggplant had such a beautiful flower? I mean, I knew, but did you know? Look at that. I can't wait till we start getting eggplants. They're so pretty too when they grow. And those are black beauties. I can't wait to show them to you. Oh, look. Felix is drinking out of one of my little shells down here. Sir, I put those shells out for the little toads. But apparently the cats drink out of them too. Here's all my green beans. I've already canned up 1 round of these green beans. And I'm going to be getting, gosh dang, like here's a green bean. Here's one right there. Like they're everywhere. This tiny little row. So I would say between these 2 rows, this right here, this pot, and this pot, I'll probably get 30 jars of green beans off of those. And that's more than enough green beans to last my husband, my son, and I all year. These are herbs. These are some new hibiscus trees I just got. I love to have 3 hibiscus right here. I just got them and planted them. So a little extra. These are teacup roses in this little wagon. Now these are all spruce trees. These were planted out and they got annihilated by some deer. Well, a deer in rut last year. And so I've kept them and oh my gosh. Somebody's building a little nest in my tree. Oh my gosh, how darling. Well, I'm just trying to get them to grow. They're never going to be beautiful and aesthetically pleasing like they were before. So I'm going to plant them off somewhere in the woods, but they're still going to make it. Some potato vines. It's a little baby coleus right there. This is kind of my shade garden. It only gets sun for a couple of hours and everything I put in here grows like mad. Doesn't matter what it is. Coleus, there is another comfrey. Basil. This is, I believe this is a sun gold tomato and it's on its way up to grow over the top of my trellis. Lemon balm, citronella lemon balm, excuse me. This is a potapino. And we've got, what does that say? Baby bear pumpkin right here. I thought I had another pumpkin over here. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, it's getting covered up. Might have to come trim some stuff back. There's the little bunny village. These are morning glories on their way up. And these are rows of Sharons, and then my little hostas. I need to do some weeding and some work over here. But as you can tell, I have a possum that comes here in the evening and just completely digs up and annihilates all this. And she don't do nothing else but it, you know, eat all the grub worms and things out of here, so I haven't really removed her because she doesn't bother anything. But look at these. Look at these elephantias. I got these at Sam's. It was 9 bulbs for $15, and I got them, and they were pretty dried out, and only 3 of them looks like they made it. But still, they look great. Oh, this one's getting ready to see it. And this right here, these are some zinnias that I put in there. And then I don't know what these are. Oops. They're definitely, I don't know what they are. But they're pretty, I left them. It's not something I planted. And I have this autumn blaze maple that I got from a nursery this year, and I've had it potted. And it's basically a stick. And finally, I got something sprouting off of it. I'm kind of sad it's at the root. But when I pinch this stalk, like all the way up here, it's still green, like it's alive. So we'll see. I was really wanting to get it planted out this year, but we're probably going to have to protect it and get it planted out next year. Store it all winter. So there's my little garden in the woods. Take you for one more little walk through the path. Green stalk planters. Oh man, more asters. Oh, they just make me so happy. And look at this. Oh, and there's my sunflower that Karen ate all the leaves off of, but it's still blooming. I have another hibiscus right here. It's going to bloom soon. I have so many colors of hibiscus that are going to bloom. I can't wait until they start to bloom. I'll make another video of just them. So you can see we got a lot of pumpkins and gourds. And I think there's some in the middle of those marigolds. I plant them on this little ledge right here because they take up a lot of space. And this is in our driveway, so it's kind of like up on this wall and it's out of sight and out of mind. And surprisingly, the deer don't mess with it. Nothing really does, so that's where we grow them. Oh. There you have it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.